the titanic, terrifying battle between the most terrifying monsters within our community come together for one giant clash. The following announcement has been paid for by Monsters with Attitude.
We are your podcast's favorite podcast, living off of one phrase, 3 words. Embrace the attitude.
What's going on, listeners with attitude? Welcome to a very special MWA Presents, a double review / box day of sorts, I guess you could say. The Staloppy Poppy and myself are going to be reviewing that beautiful individual of a figure that you see right there on his screen, the 30 centimeter Great Clash Godzilla, which is going to be a lot of fun. But before we get to all of that, let me say hello to some friends in the chat. We got Michael here. As always, Michael, thanks for tuning in, brother. We appreciate it. Good day for a review. Always a good day for a review. Andrew Garcia says, "What's up, fools? What's going on, buddy? How are you?" And the man who never settles for anything but the best, Mr. Adrian Settle, the conductor of that Godzilla train. Choo choo. What's going on, Adrian? How are you? So Eric is actually getting together his figure because he's only had it for like 3 weeks and is just now deciding to take it out of the box like a good co-host would, leaving me hanging here to filibuster for a second before we get into the review. And let me say, I already have mine out. It is a beautiful figure, and I'm actually really happy that I got it. And I almost didn't, and I'll explain more on that in a second of why I didn't pull the trigger on it. But before we do that, I want to pay some bills here while we're waiting for Eric to get back. Embrace all things attitude with the Monsters with Attitude clothing and swag line. Go to tpublic.com and search MWA in the search bar. That's MWA in the search bar. And rep your podcast favorite podcast. Give your new swag a little attitude and help support our show and help us keep growing. We got these new designs out there right now. The old school NWO type logo. We got the Monsters with Attitude. And honestly, you can put this logo on a plethora of different things, not just apparel, but like fanny packs and bags and hats and stickers and cups and mugs and all that fun stuff. So if you guys are a fan of the show and want to help us continue to sponsor guests to conventions, do giveaways and things of that nature, we'd greatly appreciate your help. Go to super7.com/Monsters with Attitude 2024. That's super7.com/Monsters with Attitude 2024. For all your collecting needs. It doesn't just need to be Godzilla or Toku related. Anything that they offer, if you guys could please use that link, we would greatly appreciate it. Help support the show as always. Super 7 just had a couple new drops. One of them is the full power -1, so that'd be kind of cool. If you guys are interested in that, please use our link. We would greatly appreciate it. Also, I think it's wave 7 of the Toho Ultimates, which includes the I believe it's the Showa Mechagodzilla, the Mechagodzilla 74, and I forget the last one, but don't hate me on that. And last but most certainly not least, do us all a huge favor. Smash that like button right now. Hit that subscribe button. And last but not least, that notification bell so that way you guys are notified every single time that we go live, like special presentations like this where we decided to review a figure. Apparently these 3 things help boost that evil YouTube algorithm and help boost our channels. So, all right. I talked nice and slow. It gave you a bunch of time, Eric, to do what should have been done 3 weeks ago, but I'm not pointing fingers. Oh, we got Alex Sawyer says, "Hey, you guys." What's going on, Alex? Did Eric turn invisible? I wish. I'm tired of looking at that ugly mug. No, he did not turn invisible. Okay, Eric, are you ready? Is the figure finally assembled as it should have been 3 weeks ago?
Yes, it is. The one thing I hate about X Plus is putting on those damn tails, and those phalanges just suck. So I put up a fight, but I won. I choked it in submission and then just stuck it in there. So.
Word. All right, so let's get into it, man. Special presentation here. We're going to be doing a live review of one of Eric and I's most recent, easy for me to say, purchases. Thank you to a good friend of ours. I'm not sure if we're supposed to mention his name, so I'm not going to. But if he is listening, he knows who he is. Thank you so much for helping us out in acquiring this.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, very much so. You are thebomb.com, as the kids say, which I guess means pretty cool. So, yeah, there's that. All right, Eric, show us that box. We're going to be talking about the X Plus 30 centimeter Great Clash Goji. Beautiful, beautiful box, as always. I mean, I don't think X Plus has really ever done a bad box when it's come to this. At least none comes to mind.
No, this is your typical kind of colorful picture of the figure that's slapped on the brown box, But it's always cool to see, the photography that they take of this and throw it in there. It's just really cool to see. So yeah, it's definitely fun to see, these kind of boxes, especially, maybe in your basement that collects, mildew and dust, or you see them at conventions and it just kind of grabs your attention. You're like, oh man, there it is, and stuff. And it's just really cool to see. So yeah, I love it. I love it.
It is. It's a beautiful box, and it's a beautiful, beautiful figure. I'll kind of touch on this now. I don't know if you heard, Eric. I was kind of setting it up while you were gone, and I was saying how I almost didn't pull the trigger on acquiring this figure because I was worried that it was so similar to the -1 Ginza. And ultimately, long story short, I'm sure I'll get into it more in a little bit here, but I'm happy that I did pull the trigger because while the sculpt and the general pose are very similar, there is enough difference to where I did feel like it was a justified purchase of getting that representation factor. I was really worried that it was going to be pretty much the exact same thing, like point for point, with just a minor paint difference, and they were going to call it the Great Clash, and that's not ultimately at all what we got. So that was really great.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was a day one pre-order. Like it was one that we saw from Wonderfest that was revealed. That was really great. We thought it was just another -1 figure, and until further and longer, examination, we saw that it wasn't. It was actually coming out from the Great Clash, which is the Godzilla The Ride #2, I guess you could call it, and kind of a slightly altered -1 look to him. But yeah, I totally dug it, and I was like, yep, I'm immediately going to grab that one because it looks amazing, and it had presence, and I was like, yep, that's one of them. One of many on that day that they showed that they're like, hey, we're going to release all of these in like a month span within each other, and we want you guys all to buy them.
Yeah. This year, after some, I mean, let's call it how it is, some relatively mediocre years for X Plus.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that there hasn't been a banger of a release every now and again, but it would seem like over the past couple of years, X Plus has maybe had 1 or 2, maybe on a good year, 3 really hot releases, and the rest were just kind of like meh, or they were reissues or a repaint of a sculpt, calling it a different thing. I throw back to the I guess they call it the resurrection or the rebirth, where Junior is now it's great for a representation, I suppose, but let's be honest, it was the exact same burning Godzilla, just painted as if not burning, which I guess okay, but still, it's like,
I'll fight everybody on that one. Okay, one in particular. Okay,
yeah, and you know what? I understand that there's going to be those collectors. Hell, you and I are part of those weirdo collectors that will be like, well, they called it something different, so we're going to go spend the money on it, right? But when they release something like that, it doesn't cause an echo in the community. But this year, or pretty much since I would say Christmas, with the Junior, the Digimon, Godzilla War Greymon crossover X Plus, that was those two on Christmas that were announced for pre-order, and then this year with the Great Clash, the Millennium Burning, Zilla. I'm drawing a. They did even though it's a reissue. It's a reissue that is over 10 years old of the Descadora. You know, like a lot of what X Plus has done has been very impressive, and even with bringing back some older sculpts, they did it to where it's like, oh man, didn't we just get this guy? It's like, no, like people have wanted this and it sold out, and you know they gave another opportunity, and even tackling into Gamera and things like that. X Plus, I think, has so far had a really strong beginning 2026, and I hope they can stick the landing. I'm sure they will with -0 coming out in a few months. Like, you know, I'm sure we're gonna get some, maybe not releases, but maybe some pre-orders or something. So it'll be fun.
I have to agree with you 100%. X Plus has definitely not lived up to their expectations as of probably the last 3 years or so. Just kind of, I don't know if something was going on internally. But I don't know. I was just kind of like they were just coasting. Like they just knew that they had, a grasp of the market and no one could touch them. And until all of a sudden, all these other companies started coming out with really great, very accurate, screen accurate figures that were either affordable or maybe not affordable, but like in a bigger scale where you could grab them and they're just larger than life kind of thing. And I think they kind of maybe felt threatened a little bit, where they're like, hey, like we got to like turn this around. I hope, this is all speculations. I don't know anything, but like, I hope that is kind of their mindset, where they didn't get complacent and just kept doing the same thing over and over again, release after re-release after re-release, colorway after colorway after colorway. I get what they're trying to do, but like as a collector, once you have one, yeah, you might get a second one, but you don't need 3, 4, 5, 6 of the same one. You just don't. You want some of that stuff that no one's touched, that hasn't been released. And if it has been, it's been very few and far in between. Maybe even a completely different look of the same figure, pose-wise, who knows. But yeah, they've definitely fallen off. And I think this year as a whole, from Wonderfest and what they've shown, what we're going to get basically this year, is a very strong year for them, and kind of a resurgence of them kind of showing people and being like, hey, like we're here, we're still the top dog, like, we still have good stuff coming out, here it is. So I mean, like I said, from that Wonderfest, I think I pre-ordered 5 or 6 different figures on that Wonderfest alone, and I've already gotten a couple of them this year, and still a couple more to come. So, excuse me, but yeah, it's good to see them kind of coming back and coming on strong and showing, why they are kind of the number one more screen accurate company, for these figures that, put them on that pedestal for so many years. And, obviously the competition is good, and we want to see that because it gives us different variety, different things that we get to see. But, a lot of us that, started this kind of collecting with the screen accurate, with the very lifelike kind of figures, you kind of want to see them succeed and keep going, and keep doing what they're doing, because you don't want to jump ship. You don't want to, go somewhere else, because you want to stay loyal, in some sense, that, if you fell in love with their stuff, you kind of want to keep going and keep, collecting their stuff, that might not be for everybody, but it might be for some people, and I'm just glad that they're doing this and putting out some good stuff that are really kind of hitting the wow factors for us. We're like, holy crap, like we need that, we need to get this. I mean, man, this is the first time in probably 5 years or more that I've actually pre-ordered and bought more than like 2 X pluses in a year. Honestly, it's been a long time. So it's good that what they're doing, and cannot wait to see what they come on in the future.
For sure. Well, we're singing their praise. Let's show everybody why we are here tonight. Eric, would you like to do the honors, my friend, and show off this beautiful figure? And then, if you would, considering this is actually your first time seeing it, just within the past 20 minutes or so,
for real.
What? In person, you saw some pictures of mine. I took mine out right away. But now that you're actually in hand, in person with your own 2 eyes, seeing it for the first time, what are your initial thoughts on the Great Clash?
Damn. Okay. This is very impressive. I love the sculpt. I gotta turn him around here. Love the sculpt. The detail is immaculate, of course. It's awesome. It really is. It's a different kind of pose that we're getting that we haven't seen from a -1. Now, I will say it is similar to the Ginza, but not similar to the Ginza in its own kind of way. His torso is kind of raised up a lot more.
Hold that, because I actually have the Ginza with me, and I want to do a side by side.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, so it's just kind of different, and obviously, like Joe said, we'll show comparisons to them, but it is different, and this overall Godzilla look and design just kind of looks a little bit more fierce, more animalistic, I guess, if you will, for this particular sculpt. Went absolutely nuts with the mouth and the eyes. Is just super crazy. I mean, obviously the length of this thing is nuts. I'll try to scoop back here, but like it's got it's got some length to him for sure. I actually thought it came with the tail on it, but I shouldn't have thought that way, but I did, so because I had to put the dang stubborn tail on it. So but yeah, it's really great. Just a great representation of this new Godzilla overall, honestly. And I love it. It's really, really great. It's very eye-catching, and it just kind of pops at you because of this roar, this fierce stance, this kind of, proclamation of like, hey, like I'm here to stay, like you want to fight kind of thing, like just roaring at his enemy. And I absolutely love it. It looks really, really cool. And I'm so glad I got it. I'm so glad I got it, honestly. One of the things I do like is that I think we talked about this with the Ginza, is that they went a little crazy with the blue in the mouth, and they brought it back. They made it more subtle. They put it inside the mouth more than outside on his little gums kind of membrane on the side there, where it was all blue and stuff like that. Didn't really make any sense. So I'm glad that they rectified that and put the blue just in the mouth and on the tongue and stuff.
So I'll give my initial thoughts a few weeks after initially seeing it. I think it's a very well done, well painted, relatively well assembled figure, and it's different enough from the Ginza to make it worth it, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I almost, and this was a question I wanted to ask you, Eric. Do you like the Great Clash more than -1 as far as design?
I'm gonna say no for now, because we've had -1 for the last several years now, and I've soaked him in. I've really grown to really love the overall look and design and how he acts and how he moves. So I'm gonna say no, because this is so new. This is so honeymoon phase kind of thing, where we just got it. We're just looking at it. It's brand new. I don't want to say that this is better in any way just because it is brand new. But I'm going to just say no. I'm going to say no. I'm going to stick with the original -1 for now, until I maybe see the actual footage of the ride and I get to maybe see more either figures or more takes on this particular iteration of Godzilla. But as of right now, I'm going to stick with the original -1.
Frank actually has a question. He says, what's the weight on those bad boys? Because the boxes were light. Yeah, honestly, significantly lighter than what I was expecting, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I don't know what the actual weight is. That's a good question, but it was not as heavy as I thought. Oh, you know what? This is a great back of the head scratcher.
I think most of the weight too is like this portion right here of the whole body. Like you can just feel it just by like putting your hand there. That's where all the weight is right there. So I think it's good because to counterbalance how this figure is going to stand, because he's supposed to stand like this, leaning forward.
Right.
So I think it's good that they put more weight in the back instead of in the front, so he doesn't go forward and he stays more back on it. That way we don't have any of those issues. We don't have any of that warping issue with vinyl that, if you have humid, hot, temperatures or, in your house or whatever, it just kind of so happens to get that way, they will, especially the feet will start to warp and he'll start, going a certain way. So I can definitely feel all the weight here in the back end of the tail.
Yeah, it's a great figure. Now, do you have any complaints with the figure?
The only, I think, complaint I would say that I would have is that I would have liked the dorsals to be a little bit more translucent. They are translucent to a point, but not enough. They either painted it very heavily to match the skin tone to kind of dull them down, but I kind of wanted more of a see-through with those spines to kind of really make it pop and make it different. honestly.
Okay.
What about you?
The spines don't bother me too much, because I think it just fits with the overall flow or feng shui of the figure, in my opinion. My only real nitpick of this figure are the seams. Now, I feel like if you're just glancing, you're not going to notice them, but if you're really kind of starting to look, you can see some like too perfect, too much of a perfection in the lines of where certain seams are, like here on his head. I noticed like back here on the tails, obviously that's kind of common. But even right down here, you can just see some seams, excuse me, or even honestly, in parts where it's not a seam, it almost kind of looks like one, specifically here up on his calf, because the ridge is so deep. And I'm looking and I'm like, oh, okay, it's not a seam, but the way it flows here, see right here, and then it kind of goes up, it almost looks like this part comes out. It looks like one of those scale pieces where this is where you would plug in the battery for the spines to glow. And that's obviously not, what it is. So those are and then like right up here on the waist, I don't know if you can see, the seam here. So that is my one nitpick. And it really is honestly a nitpick, because you'd have to kind of, I don't feel like they stand out horribly, but I noticed a few of them and I don't like that. I wish that was handled a little bit better. So that is my, and I will say this, that is my one and only negative pertaining to this figure. Otherwise, I think it is beautifully done, painted, sculpted. The flow of the figure is very nice. Nothing seems too abnormal or weird. So, but that is my one complaint on the figure.
I will say the other thing that I know we've talked about before, we actually talked about it from the initial first -1 release. And to this day, not a lot of companies or releases have actually done it. Maybe you guys know in the chat, I don't know off the top of my head which ones, but with this being the atomic version, the spines are not protruding from his body. That's one thing that I wish was more evident in this sculpt. Yeah.
But does the Great Clash, does his spines go up?
True.
Like -1? I don't know, because I'm legitimately asking, because I have not seen the Great Clash. I've only seen the clips that have been circulated online, or I don't even know if I've seen all of them that have been circulated online. So, but I agree with you, honestly, and pertaining to the -1, which I guess would be a good segue into the Ginza. So here's the Ginza version. You guys can see that the poses are fairly similar. But what Eric is talking about, these spines, now these spines are way more translucent and I think more of what Eric was looking for. But as far as them protruding, like when he first powers up and they, and they shoot back down, Eric is looking for where they're more out right before they shoot back into him, which would be a nice figure. I mean, Eric is not wrong at all when he says that, hey, these are supposed to be the power up heat ray atomic versions then make them that way. So yeah, I don't disagree with that. So Eric, since you're holding the Great Clash, one of the reasons why I was saying I was hesitant to get the Great Clash was because of the similarities to the Ginza. And I cut you off, Eric, when you were talking. I feel like there is a vast difference looking at them side by side. Yes, you can tell that the designs are damn near, I don't want to say like identical, because they're not. There's even differences in the designs themselves, but you can tell that the Great Clash is a game version of -1, which is totally fine. But I feel like that there are a bunch of differences, quite honestly. So Eric, I interrupted you when you were talking about that before. Would you like to point some out?
Well, I think this is a great opportunity with you kind of holding it sideways and me holding it sideways. I think it is a good kind of thing where honestly, I think the Clash is chunkier and bigger. I think honestly than -1. He's just bulkier. He's more muscled up, I guess, if you want to call it. It's kind of like the. I'll use this reference. The -1 is like the 89 version, and the Clash is like the 91 version, where he just got beefier, more bulky, kind of thing. People even use the term, he's like Brock Lesnar. He's all beefed up, and so that's what kind of is going on with these two, honestly. Where kind of -1 is kind of the slimmed down, kind of normal look, and then you have a jacked up, roided Godzilla Clash. And he's just kind of going ape, I think that's a really big difference for them. And then the biggest thing is, I think you turned it that way to really point it out, is the dorsal spines. The dorsal spines have changed considerably, honestly. The -1 is a lot thinner, more jagged, where these ones are a lot chunkier and not as thin, especially the little extruding little spikes that come out of each one. It is completely different. So it's just kind of a thing that you may notice, might not notice. If you just kind of glance at them, you're like, oh yeah, that's -1. But on further examination, there is difference to these guys. So I do dig that.
Yeah, the Great Clash Godzilla spines are, to me, more of a cross between Heisei and -1 a little bit. They more so probably Heisei, but they have that chunkier, heavier, bigger feel with the jaggedness of the -1.
Yeah. Alex was saying that the jutted out dorsals are a charge up feature, and they do pop out in the ride, and so does mechanic Godzillas also. Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah, and yes, the poses are similar, but there's even differences. Eric, I don't know if you can get yours in close, but the neck spikes here aren't as protruding as in the Great Clash. It also
It's true.
looks like his mouth membrane is a little bit bigger here in the Ginza version.
Mm-hmm.
And even, I was even kind of looking like these little heel spike things aren't as big. The spines or the plates here, not the actual spikes, but the plates look a little bit smaller. Like they don't look as like they're bigger in the Great Clash.
Yeah.
And then obviously, Eric, like you said, even just the overall design of the spikes themselves are completely different. Yeah. But then hold yours right there. So I don't know if you guys can see, but the Ginza has 2 extra smaller spikes, like right here and right here on the other side as well. The Great Clash doesn't really have that.
Mm-hmm.
So there definitely is,
Yeah,
and obviously the color scheme is different, and things like that. But yeah, it is different enough to where I do consider it a different enough Godzilla to get representation. And then the other thing too is just the size of the tails. Great Clash seems like he has a would seem like he would have a way longer tail, where Ginza or -1 seems like it's more of a stubbier, but like that makes it seem like it's too short, and I don't mean it that way. I think this is a perfect size for Ginza, but it seems like Great Clash's tail is overall a little longer. And the Great Clash, Eric, if you could show your tail, the spikes remain bigger further down on Great Clash than on Ginza.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah,
it's almost like the -1 was a younger version of it, and the Clash is an older version, like a more mature.
Sure.
In a sense, like I said, that or he absorbed more radiation, and he's just kind of jacked up. Like I said, I used the reference for 89 and 91, where the similar but yet a big change to the designs. They're very similar, but they are noticeable to the 2 different looks. And people prefer 89 and they prefer 91 over each other. So I mean, it's great that we have. They're still doing this, and I think it's still a tweaking of Yamazaki and what his overall vision of his Godzilla and what he wants it to be. Maybe he's trying out different things with the Godzilla The Rides, where he's like, oh, I want to try this and see what it looks like and put it into the ride, but necessarily it won't be in the actual movie, just kind of trying different things. Maybe, I don't know.
Well, it's funny that you say that the Great Clash looks like a more mature or a little bit further evolved version of -1. I mean, spoiler alert, but with the little teaser that we got with -0, I mean, clearly, there's going to be some type of evolution in the Negagoji design. So that's really not that far-fetched of a statement or a theory, Eric.
Yeah, it's true. That's true.
Jason, is that Ireland? Ireland. Hi, what I win? You won our adoring friendship. No returns are allowed. Yes. I think he's actually talking about Frank. It's subtle. I noticed it when I focus on the dorsal plate illumination when charging up. It's super bright. Then right before the blast, illumination dies down a little, simulated like -1. Oh, very nice. Huh. Yeah. You guys get to go to Japan, or Frank gets to live in Japan. So you lucky dogs got to see it. We
yeah, for real.
We've only seen the little teaser clips that were online. Though I did see that it looks like Toho's potentially shopping the ride out to hopefully maybe come overseas or other things. So that could be a lot of fun. Hopefully we will finally see it. Hell, I'd like to see the first one in its entirety first, but I'm happy with either one, I suppose.
Well, I mean, the first one is online on YouTube. You can just look it up, and people actually recorded the whole thing and actually put it there.
Oh,
So,
did they? Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah. So you can actually see the completely and entirety of the ride. You're gonna get, some background noise of people, hooting and hollering, but for the most part, it is the actual experience, which is pretty cool. So just kind of waiting to see that for number 2 and actually get everything. I don't even know if it's out yet. Is it out, Frank? Is it out where you are? Like, is it out available in Japan? You're watching it? I'm assuming yes, because Alex and Frank, you guys are talking like you've watched it. So I'm kind of curious because I haven't seen a lot of footage about it, honestly, for premiering or coming out and whatnot. So just kind of curious.
That's a good question.
Do tell.
Eric, is there any other points you wanted to make on this figure during our review?
No, I don't think so. It's just this overall look, even if this is different than the original -1, like the overall look and sense and feeling of this Godzilla is the same to me, and I just love it. I really do. I love his overall look. I love everything about him. He's such a cross between so many different eras that it just kind of mash them up into one, and I love it. He's kind of the best of all the era versions, honestly, put together, and I dig it. And that's probably why I like it so much. And it's such a fierce Godzilla, and this figure is really, really nice, really awesome. Possibly could be a contender of a figure of the year. Who knows? But
that's funny that you say that, because that's actually what Adrian just asked. Is this a contender for figure of the year in your opinion? And if not, what do you think has beaten it so far, Eric?
This I haven't seen, but I make a life. Oh, I'm sorry, man. Yeah, you work a lot, so. Oh boy, is this the figure of the year? Just like last year, there was a lot of good ones. It was really hard last year, but right now, oh god, I'm trying to think of what I've actually gotten. Honestly,
I know. I'm like looking around.
It's so hard to like keep track of like when it comes out, because I'm always backlogged on a lot of stuff. So it's like I won't open stuff and I got it for a month, and then I'm like, oh, when did this come out again? Oh yeah, that's a month ago, So I'm trying to think of, honestly, I think
the fact that nothing else comes to mind like that speaks for the fact that this is at least in the contendership.
Yeah, for sure.
For figure of the year. Now, who knows what, Ichiban's going to release for the remainder of the year. Like last year, the King Ghidorah, Mecha King Ghidorah by Ichiban won us over. And that was our vote for figure of the year. So, Junior was very nice.
Oh.
Was very good.
Junior,
that was,
and the Ginza. I guess Ginza was technically should be in there. Then this one, and then it's also the Shin, the FSL Shin also. So
wait, I thought Ginza came out last year. Oh, it was out so late, right? And not everybody had it. That's why
it didn't come out until January.
Right.
Late January, I think, because it obviously had to come overseas, and everybody got it. So
I'll be honest. I think I like this more than the Ginza.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Now here's the thing. I like the spines, the dorsal plates of the Ginza more, like the color, that translucent, like you were talking about. More, but overall, I think I like the Clash. I know.
Dang, that's.
Yeah.
See, there are a lot of positive things for the Clash. Like the biggest thing that I could say is that the paint job on the mouth alone for the Clash definitely is way better than the Ginza. Especially with that blue. I get what they were doing. They went overboard with the blue, and it doesn't make any sense because you got blue on the outside of the teeth, you got blue on the outside of the membrane, on the side of his mouth. That doesn't make any sense. It all needs to be centralized in the middle. They got this like dead on, where the blue needs to be right down the gullet of his throat, and that's where it's coming up. That's where it needs to be. So the face and the mouth is way better than the Ginza for paint job, for sure.
Leslie actually brings up a good point. He says it may be figure of the year so far. However, X Plus is doing the Clash Mechagodzilla, Adult Batra, the Sakai 03, the 98 Godzilla, and the Omega Beast Burning Godzilla is still on the way. Stiff competition is coming. 100% Leslie. And Leslie, that doesn't even include what is going to be revealed and possibly released with Minus Zero. So, Minus Zero is Minus Zero coming out November 6th worldwide, and then on November 7th they're dropping the pre-orders for stuff, and we're getting them, in Christmas. I don't know. It might be a little late to where we don't include it for technically this year type of thing, but yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of possibilities. Yeah. But right now, in my opinion, I got to give it to the Great Clash. 6, almost 7 months into this year, and I think the Great Clash has it. We'll say this: the proto and pre-order pictures of Zilla, they looked very nice. Let's see how the finished product looks.
It's true.
It's true. Never thought I would say that the 98 Godzilla could be, the world champ figure of the year. But if they pull it off, I think that the Zilla could give the Great Clash a run for its money. I really do.
Oof.
Mm-hmm. Wow. But here's the thing. I mean, I think Batra, if released this year and doesn't get pushed back, I think Batra will take it because of how bad and for how long everybody has wanted that. And if it really pops and looks really good, like I honestly think the Heisei Mothra that they did is slept on. It is a beautiful figure. Mm-hmm. Beautiful figure. The colors are vibrant where they need to be. The eyes are like magnetic and just just draw you in, and they're like sparkly in a way. Like that figure is beautiful. So if they can capture that with Batra, with those eyes and if the colors pop in the right way, and there isn't any factory mishaps or anything as far as like paint application or whatever, I honestly think the Adult Batra will win figure of the year and will win easily.
Yeah, I agree. If that Batra is done right and top tier, I think it's going to win because it's a fan favorite. It's something people have been asking for a long time, and it's such a cool design. It's such a cool kaiju overall. Very underrated kaiju altogether, honestly. So, but yeah, I agree.
That's the other thing too. Who just said that? Oh, Wander This World, the Acro 91.
Oh my gosh, dude, the Acro 2. Holy buckets, dude!
This is a fantastic year.
Oh my god, how did I forget that? Wow,
this is a very, very good year to be a collector. Are you sniffing that figure, Eric? Why don't you just lick it?
Don't
I saw the tongue.
worry about what I do with my toys.
Where's I almost said where's Eric Stahl? Where's Rich Iso? You're stealing his gimmick. You're smelling the vinyl. Rich is gonna sue us.
Also, the Omega Beast Glow 98 Godzilla comes out this year. That's true too. I think it's gigantic size or something.
See, here's the thing, Leslie. Here, and this is just my opinion. I think a reason why some of those figures by like Omega Beast or Spiral or whatever, or even the X Plus Gigantics, might not always make the splash and the voting that we all think they should, is because not everybody can afford them. So I think that the 25, 30 centimeters have a stronger possibility in the polls because I think that more people can afford them. And I think that once you're getting into $600, $700, $800, $1,000, $2,000 for a figure, I mean, you're cutting the population down to, a tenth. And so I wonder if that'll, like, while we would all probably agree with you that visually or whatever, like, these figures are beautiful, but like, how much is that gigantic Zilla from Omega Beast? Wasn't it like $800 or something?
Yeah, something like that, 8 to 1,000 or something.
Yeah, like I just wonder if those type of price tags cut the potential of voting way down, to where it's almost like everybody that got that would have to vote universally for one of those figures, whether it's the Omega Beast Spiral, or I'm sorry, the Omega Beast Zilla, or the Burning, or whatever. Like they can't split their vote on saying, oh, I think Zilla's better. Oh no, I think Burning's better. Or I think the gigantic Space Godzilla. No, like they would all have to unanimously vote and pick one. Otherwise, I think it gets lost in the shuffle.
Yeah. Well, even another one this year is coming out actually from Omega Beast is the Gamora. The Gamora is going to be, I know it's slept on as because it's an ultra kaiju, but like it looks actually pretty impressive. But I won't buy it because of the price point. I can't. I'm done with the big old gigantic guys. I don't have room anymore, and the price tag I just can't justify it anymore. So it's like, if I can get these guys in smaller versions but just as good, like I'll prefer that, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Urban Aztec Mothra, yep, that's a potential. The Mondo Tanaka 54, Eric, you were saying a lot about that.
No, I wasn't.
I can't afford gigantic. I can't afford a gigantic, no space, and too damn expensive, dude. For real. I say for real. I'll go and pre-order the next gigantic. What am I talking about? Is the Mondo GMK this year? I don't know. I don't remember.
I don't remember which one that is. The
Wait,
Mondo?
are you talking the Acro GMK?
Yeah, you're talking about the Acro GMK? I didn't know Mondo was doing the GMK.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Yeah.
The Acro GMK looks very awesome as well.
Yeah, it does. Well, and oh my god, and two, another one that's coming out is the W Dragon GMK should be dropping this year. Everybody forgot about that one.
Yeah.
So, Mondo had a Sofubi GMK Designer Con, I think. Oh, I don't know maybe I missed that one, or maybe I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember that one either.
Yeah.
I guess if it's good enough, yeah, anything's possible.
Yeah. I did tease a GMK sculpt a while back. I remember it. One was green, the other was red and black. I am spacing on that. I don't remember that at all.
I'm going to Google it right now.
He's talking about Tanaka coming from Mondo. I guess I don't. I'm sorry, guys. I don't remember it at all. I mean, there's so much stuff out now and coming out and being teased. It's hard to remember all of this stuff. Like I don't remember Mondo teasing something at DesignerCon, and or maybe I just didn't even see it and they did. So
yeah, it looks like there was. Let me see here. Where did it go? There was a video, but I can't get it to load while we're streaming. So
this is November 2025. Mondo showed their GMK Sofubi at a con. Interesting. Yeah, I'll have to look that up because news to me. I don't. It doesn't even jog a memory of even remotely seeing it. But then again, I don't remember half the things anymore. So
it's because you're so old.
I'm seasoned. That's all.
I sent the link to the private chat because I can't get it up to load. But there's a video actually released by Mondo showing it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't get anything yet, so I'll have to wait till it pops up.
No, like the StreamYard private chat.
Oh, gotcha. Oh,
where's Jordan? He don't love us no more. We kicked Jordan's ass out. He ain't welcome around here no more. I'm just kidding. That didn't happen. We love him. He's probably working. He's probably working, or him and Michelle are on a date or something.
Oh,
I don't think Jordan got this ever. So.
Oh, gotcha.
Do you remember it now?
I remember these now. I do. Coming 2026, it says. Oh, I remember. Huh.
Coming 2026.
Okay. Thank you for the jogged memory. I forgot all about it.
All right. Well, I got nothing else as far as the reviews go. I think we tackled pretty much. The only other thing I wanted to say, or I wanted to ask Eric, I had a question for you pertaining to it. Now that you've seen it in person, I've obviously seen it in person. We've reviewed it together, which was a lot of fun, but I think we should do this more often. Maybe we could have a second date or something. That'd be nice. You could buy once, you cheap bastard. I kid. So one of the things I feel like a lot of reviews don't always tackle on, but I would like to, is so I have two questions for you. One is the price point. If I remember correctly, like between $400 or $500 with shipping, and that includes shipping, I should say. So shipped, it was approximately like probably around $450-ish, 500 or something like that with shipping from X Plus store. Eric, bail me out here. I don't know.
I don't think it was that much.
Oh no? Okay.
No, I don't think it was that much. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I thought it was. Oh boy. See if I can find in my notes here what it was. Hold, please.
Well, I guess while we're waiting for Eric, you guys could check out tpublic.com. Look at this sweet ass MWA shirt, huh? Bada boom, old school MWO. Yeah. Also, do us a huge favor, hit that like button. It would greatly make me happy if you guys would just hit that like button. We have between 11 and 20 people watching here live, is what I saw. And currently, we only have 8 likes.
Yeah, okay.
Very disappointed. We need more.
So, hey, that's it. Come on, people.
Oh no, that was for 2 of them.
So basically, the question I was trying to ask, it's going to be a several $100 figure. Let's say with shipping, you're looking between $300 and $400. Okay, depending on the site you get, depending on the aftermarket, or whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe on the low end it was $300. Maybe on the high end it's $400. Would you recommend somebody who's on the fence to get this?
Yeah, absolutely. I absolutely would. It's a good enough figure. I shouldn't say good enough. It is a really nice figure, a nice representation of the -1 Godzilla. If you are a fan of -1 Godzilla, you should get it. But obviously there are cheaper versions of it for sure. But if you like X Plus, if you like the bigger scale figures, screen accurate kind of thing, or even just a representation of something that has no representation of it yet, from the Great Clash. This is the first one that we've gotten. I know we're getting a Monster Arts of him, but I don't think that's come out yet. Yeah, I definitely highly recommend it because it's a great figure overall.
Yeah. All right. Big Toe with a Bug. Give us a like. Thanks. All right. Leslie has a question for us. I back up Eric's sentiment. I think that if you guys are a fan of X Plus and a fan of the different iterations of -1, you should definitely pick it up. I don't think you'll be disappointed at all. I have a question since I arrived late. I'm not sure if you all addressed this, but for those folks who got the similar sculpted FSL -1, is the new Clash worth the investment? Leslie, yes, we actually did do a comparison of the two, of the Ginza and the Great Clash, and Eric and I both thought that it was different enough to warrant the 2 different figures. And we actually broke it down, different things like the size and color, spines, size of tail, things like that. So yes, we did, my friend.
So yes, to answer your question, yes, we completely endorse getting this. Even if you got the Ginza version, which is a great version on its own. Don't get me wrong, but this is a great kind of add-on to that Godzilla -1 look overall, honestly. And it kind of takes it a step further, honestly. If you go back and watch, Leslie, you'll see kind of some of our comments of what we kind of thought and how we compared it to with like the 89 Godzilla and the 91 Godzilla kind of thing. So I know a comparison that you would greatly be interested in that one. But yes, it is different enough. It is a big chunky boy that is a great overall look and presence to him. So yeah.
Word. Eric, anything else you want to say about the Great Clash before we?
Last thing, I don't think we talked about that. Maybe if you don't know, if you don't have it yet, but unfortunately, this thing comes with the dreaded tail stand and extra tail stand. So be prepared for that. There is the wedge that goes under the base of his tail, and then the rod and holder goes up towards the tip of his tail because, like I said, he stands not just straight up. He's kind of a lunging forward kind of look. So it's more of an action pose that you're getting with this guy. You are going to have to put those stands underneath because that's kind of how he balances. And so you get that overall look as a whole for this figure, as Joe most kindly is demonstrating here. That's what you're going to be looking at when you have the pole and you have the wedge. Now, honestly, with a lot of the releases as of late from X Plus, they're doing a lot of these poses where they're making it look like he's, he is kind of in a movement kind of look or pose, kind of giving you that feel for it. So they're making the tail lift off the ground, and you have to deal with those wedges and those tail stands to really get the complete and overall look of the figure, and for it honestly just to sit right. So, honestly, I can say that with the Shin, FSL Shin, they have the same thing. Has the wedge, has the tail stand. Even the FSL has the wedge. It's because his tail is off the ground. Even the Sakai's, have a lot of those too. So, but it kind of completes the overall look and the presence of what they're going for. So they are kind of essential. And make sure you have a lot of room on those shelves. Make sure you have deep shelves because this guy is super long. Like, yeah. So, but yeah, that's I guess that's the last little bit that I wanted to cover, and I think that's it, man.
Well, all right. Is there any other questions, comments, concerns before we wrap this up?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, that is
Those
a
of you
great selling point too.
Yep. Leslie,
Sorry.
you're good. What we were reacting to is Leslie said, and to be honest, the fact that the Clash Mechagodzilla is coming makes this figure a must-have to pit them two against each other. I expect Mechagodzilla to be the same size, if not bigger. Yeah, I agree, Eric. Leslie. The fact that Mecha G is coming, we'll need the Godzilla that he fights. And also, there's a lot of other things that were teased at Wonderfest that we haven't even seen yet, like the Odyssey Godzilla. We still haven't seen that yet.
Yeah.
So, Super Godzilla from Gojiban.
Yep. We just got the proto.
And also, where the hell is my King of Mons from Ultraman? It's like almost 2 years now, or at least a year since we've seen it teased.
It's fallen into the Mecha King Ghidorah pitfall of death.
Well, I'm disappointed. All right. Any other questions? Excuse me. Any other questions, comments, concerns before we get out of here? Eric, do you want to talk about anything else not related to the Great Clash review?
Just a little bit of update, I guess, for what's coming to you guys live from Monsters of Attitude here on our channel. Actually, this Friday and this month as a whole, but kind of starting this Friday, it will be our first one. But we've done this in the past. We kind of get amped up for the upcoming G-Fest. We've done this for the last couple of years now, where we have the absolute pleasure of sitting down and talking with some of the vendors that vend at G-Fest and actually get to sit down and actually see some of their stuff that they're going to bring to G-Fest and talk to them about it. So, and you guys can watch along with us and, ask your own questions if there's something that you're looking for. Chime in the chat and we can ask them. But we are starting our G-Fest vendor showcase interviews this month, and we're starting this Friday. And first up on the list, we have our good friends over at Toku Toy Town. Mr. J. Key himself is coming to the channel. We are talking to him about literally Safubi. That is his jam. He loves Safubi. And I can imagine seeing nothing but Safubi for him showcasing. So if you guys want to see what Jay is bringing to G-Fest this year, tune in this Friday at 6 p.m. Central Time for the Monsters with Attitude G-Fest vendor showcase interview. And we were talking with him, so you guys can kind of pick his brain, see what he's bringing. Maybe you're looking for a Safubi that maybe he has that he can bring for you or whatnot. You know, tune in and ask all those questions yourselves. And we will be having other interviews and vendors for the coming month, honestly, and showcasing their merchandise and showing off stuff. So should be a lot of fun for the rest of June for sure. So yeah, something to look forward to on our channel.
Absolutely. The road to G-Fest is officially underway, and it runs right through the MWA here on this channel. So if you guys are going to be going to G-Fest or curious what these vendors are going to be selling for the past, I don't know, 4 years or something like that, 3, 4 years, 5 years, we've been doing this vendor spotlight, and it's going to be a great time, like Eric said, starting off this year with J Key, Toku Toy Town. I think we have another one on the books for the following Friday. I don't know if we want to say that yet, or do you want to wait, Eric?
Sure. If you want to.
By all means.
Yeah. And the previous following Friday after that, on the 26th, we are sitting down with the dopest of the popest, Mr. Dope Pope himself, sitting down with him, talking with him, and showcasing all the goodies that he has coming to G-Fest. He actually sculpts his own stuff, and then he prints his own stuff, and actually paints it too. So should be a lot of fun stuff to go over. His designs are really, really cool, and he's just such a great guy. We talked to him last year, saw his stuff last year. It was honestly amazing for what he brought, and I think he damn near sold out of everything that he brought. So if you want to get
the first day
own,
on the first day,
it was crazy. So if you want a something from Mr. Dope Pope himself, the legendary man, go to his table and check out his stuff. It's really great stuff. So so that's the 26th of June this month at 6 p.m. Central again, and we're talking with him and showcasing that. Yeah, he just needs time to paint them and show them off, for everybody, so it actually looks like a decent display. And it'll be a lot of fun. So yeah, check out us for the next.
He is the dopest Pope around. That's for sure.
He is the dopest of the popest.
Dopest of the popest. Yes, so that'll be a good time. We also have some other dealers that have agreed to come back on. As always, our friends at Seismic, Chris Olio and Alex Rushdie, they will be on. And Barry from House of Monsters, he's always a frequent guest. And all of them, they are just top of the line, awesome people. So we just haven't finalized dates with them yet. So be looking for that in the coming weeks. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm really excited for G-Fest. Excuse me. The G-Fest crew is doing a wonderful job. They are just announced, a new some additions to the guest lineup, I should say, and I'm very excited for that. Dan Moriboshi was kind of the one that I was really looking to go get. Now Megumi from the Rebirth of Mothra franchises, that's going to be a must. So I have a thought, because I don't think that the MWA is sponsoring a guest this year at G-Fest like we did last year. However, what if, because a few years ago, I purchased a Mothra 3 theater stand from Clawmark. So we might not be able to sponsor a guest this year because we weren't asked. We would have, but we weren't asked. Maybe I will bring that Mothra 3 theater stand and donate it to the guest room at G-Fest.
Oh, okay.
I ain't donating it as a giveaway. That's mine. That is mine. I am bringing that baby home. Okay. I'm a nice person, but I ain't that nice. Okay. Yeah. But maybe, just maybe, if I don't have too many cribs and playpens to have to pack, I can try and pack that. So that way, those of you that are attending G-Fest can get a picture with her by that Mothra 3 theater stand. I don't know yet if I can. I'm going to see how easily I can break it down because it is probably one of a kind. I doubt there's too many of those left. And it is an authentic theater stand from Japan. I purchased it from Diane of Clawmark. And yeah, so I don't know. Maybe those of you that are going would like a picture with that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Just throwing it out there. Hope to see all you guys at G-Fest. We have definitely a few more shows to go before Just Buy All of Us Giordano's show is more worth. What? What? The Rebirth of Mothra franchise is a delicacy, man. It is like,
Yeah.
it's like a prime rib. You ask Eric. I've had a soft spot, guilty pleasure for the Rebirth of Mothra trilogy forever. My gosh, Frank, I thought you were coming to G-Fest. Are you not? I thought
I thought he was.
He says to mail him some pizza. Are you not coming now?
Some pizza. I hope he is. Something change?
Yeah,
Frank,
I was
confirm
excited
it, please.
Don't leave us. Don't ever leave us, because we'll find you. All right. Frank. Nah, bro, they got me. What?
Bro,
you can't go?
Me. No, really? You can't go? No,
what does that mean,
dude, no.
What does that
Sending me
mean?
to
They're
the
sending you to the
front.
front. To the front lines? Are we at war and I didn't know? What is happening?
No, Frank, no, seriously?
Oh wait, he's in
trolling?
the military, isn't he? I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Dang, Frank, I was
no,
hoping to
dude, I was dang.
I was most looking forward to meeting you for the first time in person.
Yeah. I was gonna bring you cheese curds.
That was your big gift? Cheese curds.
Yeah, cheese curds. Hey, it's a delicacy, man. It's a delicacy.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Relax. The
Oh,
Wisconsinite Norwegianer is getting upset.
You're gonna be missed, man. You're gonna be missed. Oh, the curds. Yes, the curds. See, he knows. The curds.
Frank, that just means
That sucks,
that next year is a must because we will be there next year too. So you have to come next year.
Bigger and badder and party hardier.
Mm-hmm. You're just gonna have to mail them some curds now.
Okay, they'll get their maybe intact.
Yeah,
they'll be all melted.
Oh, you're gonna do some like dry ice or something.
Yeah. Or I'm doing an invade Japan. Oh God, dude, that is a dream trip, man. It's a dream trip. That is on the bucket list for sure. That is the bucket list, I should say. Not on the bucket. That is the bucket list. That is the whole list. Is that? I kid you not. So.
Well, I just had a kid, so that ain't on the list for a while. But maybe when I retire, maybe that'll be my retirement gift.
Yeah.
Godzilla Day 2027.
Ooh. Start saving.
We could just start saving now.
Yeah, it's true. Oh God, that'd be nuts.
Mm-hmm. All right. We've rambled for an extra 20 minutes over nothing.
20 minutes.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed the MWA figure review of the X Plus 30 centimeter Great Clash Godzilla. Beautiful figure. Eric and I both really enjoyed it and thoroughly impressed by it. We both endorse it and think that if you are a fan, even remotely, of X Plus or Godzilla, that you guys should be picking this bad boy up, especially like what Leslie said with the Mechagodzilla coming down the pipe sooner rather than later, hopefully. So with that, we appreciate each and every one of you guys for tuning in. Eric, thanks for joining me on this review. It was a lot of fun. Guys, do us all one last huge favor. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, that notification bell. Don't be a hoe. Share our show. Don't be a hoe. Share our show. Often imitated, always duplicated. We are the Monsters with Attitude, and we live by one phrase, 3 words: embrace the attitude.
Embrace the attitude.